End up giving me look a 14-year-old and he can't get away with it.
How could a 14-year-old be killed in a shootout by the police? And I was very sad about it.
Him and them start want to tell life on the little boy. You understand? Game him and play upon him phone, Marley's a play game on him phone. See me put up a phone, I never take it up because of mine. I'm because fool. I'm ready to take it up and right. Just say, pull the youth, give me the phone on the phone, camp. I don't know if to pull the phone. I don't know if to pull the phone. I can't pull up the phone. I can't pull the phone.
People. Que pasa, sa passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds call it news with a buzz. A very unfortunate incident occurred off Red Hills Road, 100 Lane to be specific, in which a young youth, Rasheem Wilson, lost his life at the hands of the security force, whether it is the JDF, JCF, don't know who, FIRED, that fatal SHOT that hit him. Now, the voice notes that you heard at the start of this, it is a response of the residents, neighbors, the grandmother who seems to be the mother-like age herself, 40 or so. But you know, it seems as if one of the problems is that children having children. This has nothing to do with it. I am just calling out something that I've seen. So we hear from the residents, we hear from the grandmother. The grandmother said that they took away her son in C0LD-BL00D. He was an innocent youth. As a matter of fact, at the time in which he lost his life, he was in his room playing video game. That is his pastime. Him innocent, him not do nobody nothing. The same thing, the residents. Now we understand with these residents, whenever poor soldier going at them ear and anything happen, even if it is done, even if it is a crime producer, they're always going to say that because some of the time they have no choice. If they don't hear them out there rebelling, then they are going to say that they are a part of the opposition. So therefore, them have to fit in, or they might end up lose their own life. Not saying that it is right, me just tell you where go on. We hear from the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, and him say, yes, it is a tragic incident, and this is because there is no sorts of stability in the home. There is no sorts of resolution, conflict resolution between residents. There is conflict between the JSF and the JDF and the residents in the community in these garrison. And yes, all of those are true. And yes, if this youth was an innocent teenager going to school, living his life, living in the garrison, there is no sorts of justification for him losing his life. We heard how the grandmother was going on, and people, if you know anything about grandmother, even if the grandson is a devil himself, there's just some sorts of love. They are going to paint a picture like Picasso of that grandson being holier than thou. So the family members responded, the residents responded, response that we've come accustomed to. The Prime Minister, he responded with ignorance. He responded for maybe political points because, you know, election is coming up. So therefore, it is either him never know or him just misinformed. The JCF responded. The JCF said, listen, the security team went on some sorts of operation at about 1:30 p.m. People, this is not in the wee hours of the night. This a broad daylight, just afternoon. When they went there Wednesday at about 1:30, like I said, they were greeted with all sorts of GUNFIRE. They responded accordingly. After the smoke cleared, they found a toll. This youth was injured, and that is the response that you got from the neighbors. The Popo said they found a Glock. Whether a Glock was found or not, I don't know. Very importantly, the Popo said a group of pictures and videos, well, they spoke about the pictures, don't know if they had seen the videos that are circulating over social media. They have confirmed that the person in the picture posing with some sorts of rifle, look like some sorts of AR-15, high-powered caliber that is confirmed to be, without a shadow of a doubt, the CMU that is 14 or 15. As a matter of fact, the grandmother said that he is 14. Confirmed from school record and his birth paper, he is actually, or was 15 at the time in which he lost his life, Wednesday at about 1:30 p.m. The pictures that they are talking about are these two pictures right here. Now people, if you look on the picture, you could see that this is no sorts of prop for no sorts of video. This is actually him, the 14 or 15-year-old, playing or posing with these tools in two separate positions. One he is pointing in the ear or in front of him. The next one he is pointing to the ground. Confirmed to be him. Is this some sorts of toy gun? No, it is not. There's also a video that is making its round. I am going to let you take a look at this video of him speaking to a young girl, not knowing her name, and saying, if anybody trouble you, me I have to go for my rifle. So therefore, he was probably, more than likely, talking about that rifle in which he was posing up with. In those two pictures, maybe more pictures, I have two. Two has been circulating all over social media. Take a look at this not so beautiful bean footage, and then I'll give my piece.
Nobody care. Why am I name?
Shante.
Nobody care ramp with Kanik Shante Hill. You mad? And we are right here, I'm going for my rifle for them, father.
No.
God leave it as anybody ramp with Tani, me I go for your rifle. I swear for my life.
Where's the father?
I swear for my life.
So people, we can all agree that the person in the video was that same youth in question. We see him in his uniform, attending school. We see other pictures out there on social media, confirmed by looking at both, comparing, contrasting, that it is indeed him. As a matter of fact, when they checked the school, he was registered to Pembroke Hall High School. However, he has been missing for most of the time. So therefore, this good youth that they claim has not been attending school, this mother or grandmother that you see a ball and a beg down the place, she was not making sure that he was going to school, don't know the circumstance, so therefore I cannot speak on it. Now people, here's the thing, and this is based on what Indicom is saying. Indicom is saying that, listen, all of these controversial takeaway by the security force, whether a POPO or JDF, could have easily been avoided had the JCF upper hierarchy done its job, had the government, the relevant authority, put into play those body-worn cams. They told you that they got a couple of hundred and they were supposed to be getting a couple more hundred for everybody that is going on any sorts of mission. However, for whatever reason, they refuse, and people, you and I know why. It is mostly because if and when they are wrong, they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to be held accountable in case there's any sorts of lawsuits, any sorts of backlash, any sorts of reprisal. So therefore, this system needs an overhaul, and it is obvious. However, the obvious thing is that they do stuff, make laws, avoid doing the right thing, so therefore they can avoid any sorts of liability. And that is the case in this case. So people, like me say, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Is this youth innocent? Is he innocent, or was he innocent at the time? Is it called karma? Is it the energy that you put out there always comes back? Like I've always said, the good that you do, it follows you. The bad that you do, it haunts you. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called wolves in sheep's clothing. You could see a man or a woman's face, but you never know their hearts. I am speaking about an incident that occurred maybe about a month ago, where it is said that a lady, her name is Melissa Silvera, she lost her life under controversial means. Well, she was KILLED, definitely foul play. Something in a something, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. It is said that she was found, based on what the husband, Mr. Joyland Silvera, said, in the house. She had some sorts of natural cause why she lost her life. The doctor and also the forensic people, they signed off on it. However, the official autopsy came out. It is said that she received at least 3 corns to the body where it is bad for her health. There's even information out there saying that those 3 corns came from the husband, Mr. Joyland himself. Cannot confirm or validate that. So anyways, we would have thought that this case is still pending. This case is still under investigation. So the BODY should be still there, just in case they need to check, do any other sorts of forensic or scientific tests upon the BODY. However, there was a final send-off held for her. This is a video from the actual send-off, a part of the husband entering that church or wherever it was kept. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece. Now people, that was the husband, Mr. Silvera, entering the premises and the building. Notice he was poker face. Notice he was stone face. We understand the family is going through a very traumatic episode right now, so therefore they need time to grieve. There's also a picture that is circulating over social media. This is the actual picture right here on your screen. This is this man bawling along with what seems to be some sorts of child. Now people, have you noticed that you've not heard from this man himself? And if my wife had died, and I really love my wife, I would have at least come out and give some sorts of statement. When you are a politician or a public figure, especially when your wife loses her life under controversial mean, it is your obligation to the public to say something. However, we understand when you are represented by top lawyers such as the Peter Champagne, you are going to be advised that maybe this is maybe not the best thing. So therefore, do not put out any sorts of statement out there, whatever you say. can and will be used against you. My point is this: if you are innocent, then you have nothing to hide. You do not need the best representation or lawyer that money can buy if there's no sorts of controversy on your name or controversy on how your wife lost her life. However, you and I know that that is furthest from the facts. People don't know how these people do it, and I am not saying that this man is guilty. I am just speaking in general. But we've come to the realization that you see a man's face, but you don't know his heart. The people that people put on a pedestal, have them in high regards, they are the biggest lowlifes. Speaking about politicians in general, from the top to the bottom, scumbags, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.